Tonight on Live from the Theater Basement, it's an interview with Revel Lucien, drag queen artist and Viola Award nominee, who will be interviewed by our intrepid reporter, Jamie Hassapis. Revel and Jamie discuss performing arts in Flagstaff. That comes your way tonight here on Live from the Theater Basement.
Warner's Nursery is a family-owned and operated garden center in Flagstaff, Arizona, dedicated to providing premier quality plants at reasonable prices, excellent customer service, and expert gardening advice. Warner's Nursery, 1101 East Butler Avenue, is proud to support Theatrikos' reopening production of Native Gardens.
I'm your host, Chris Verrill. Tonight's arts interview, our intrepid correspondent Jamie Hassapis interviews Revel Lucien, Viola Award nominee and Theatrikos actor and drag queen artist. Lots of talent all rolled up into one. And here are Jamie and Revel tonight here on Live from the Theater Basement.
Thanks, Chris. And welcome tonight, Revel.
Thanks, Jamie. Thank you so much for helping me fulfill my community service hours tonight.
You're welcome. Hey, congratulations on your nomination for, I think, I'm trying to remember which category it was.
Emerging artist.
Yes, emerging artist. Yes, of course. Yeah, congratulations on that. You did some really interesting things this last year, I guess you could say, in promoting your art. Can you tell us a little bit about what you did and why did you come about doing it?
Absolutely. It was interesting to say the least, but as a drag performer here in town, besides the shows at NAU, which are now, open to people who are not students and stuff, but those didn't happen during COVID. And those, at some points, were the only 2 drag shows a year besides Pride. So when you want to perform, you can audition for the Prism show, or you can make your own show. And so the tradition has always been for me, to go to a bar or some other place, a coffee shop, any place that will have me, a bookstore, the public library, and ask, is there any room for me? Is there anything I can do that would fit for you? And then, when even that wasn't an option, I said, okay, let's take it to the streets. And I'm going to be the drag queen in your driveway for hire. I will bike to your house. And out of necessity, it was born, the drag queen in your driveway. And she'll be back soon. So, you can find me and hit me up if you're close to the downtown area, honey. She's got legs, but don't wear me out too much.
Of course, we won't wear you out. The first time I saw you perform was a performance. It was in April, just before COVID. You did a show over at the Orpheum, and I think that's the last show that I believe was in town before the pandemic. And yeah, I thought it was really quite well done.
Thank you. That was the last one at the Orpheum. There was another one that was going to be the next one, the only other one I had planned. And of course, it was postponed and inevitably canceled due to the coronavirus. But we were having a couple others at Hops on Birch, which I guess used to be called Bros on Birch, but we're calling it Queens on Birch when we're there. But that was the last show. That and Bookman's on Valentine's Day, I believe. Or a few days before, we had a speed dating thing at Bookman's and then a drag show that night at the bar. And that was the last time that, we all went out dancing, had a drag show in person for me that wasn't drag queen in your driveway or online or something like that.
And something else you're doing too, or you have done in the past, I don't know, are you going to be doing it again shortly, was Drag Queen Story Time. I actually saw some of your virtual performances on there.
Mm-hmm. Yes. as a drag queen, it is our mission to promote child literacy. No, I'm just kidding. But I do love those events. It's very rewarding to be able to teach. The books are always great, and I've been doing that with Drag Queen Story Hour International, as well as with the public library and Bookman's. So I do have another one planned with Bookman's, Flagstaff, upcoming. So be on the lookout for that. Contracts are being signed as we speak.
Oh, right. So, what would you call your style of drag? I mean, you're very unique in what you do, and I was reading the program for the violas, and it was saying it's hard to look away from you, and that is true. You actually catch our attention.
Well, thank you so much. I think that's very generous of you to ask what is my style of drag, implying that my drag has style. Very generous, thank you. I would say, it's rather eclectic. Of course, as most drag is, we all love a shiny thing, a sparkly thing. I would also say, there's an aspect of punk. It doesn't have to be expensive. This was let's a little backstory about this. Thank you, Russell Mann. He hired me for a birthday party, and he said, "Let's get you a costume." This was $30 at In Cahoots. So it doesn't have to be expensive to be fabulous. This is a little visor from my grandma. Holding my hair into this little situation. It's just what you have. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna rock it, and we're gonna be fabulous. That's how I feel, and that is really the of the drag queen in your driveway. It's it might not be the most fabulous stage. It might get a little gravel in your tights, but honey, it's gonna be a show. You're gonna leave feeling like we created a space there and a moment and a time that will be with you forever. And thank you. Like they said, you're not gonna be able to look away, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, because you're gonna see some things maybe you wish you could unsee. I know I have.
Well, I'm sure it's not a bad thing, and that it's a very good thing. Uh, you know, you also, with that, you've actually performed at Theatrikos, and so you're actor as well. But I mean, as a drag artist, you are acting the whole time anyway, and that's you're performing. It's performance art, and I think that's what's so unique about what you do. And how do you feel about being nominated for a Viola? You're the first drag artist in town to be nominated for that.
Um, that was so cool to see right here. Wait.
Well, it looks like he froze. And we're waiting. Well, we're almost to our end here. Oh, there you are. You froze up for
Yes,
a
thank
moment.
you. I saw that. So you had asked me how I felt about it. And it feels amazing, stunning. I feel it's unexpected. I feel incredible to be recognized for this. I feel held. I feel seen. I feel safe, appreciated. I feel like it was all worth it because, someone out there or a couple someones um, said that this was something that really touched them and that, made their day. Really makes it all worthwhile. It makes it all worthwhile for me. And I just want to say thank you to anyone who nominated me and anyone who's watching now.
Yeah, and the Violas are coming up in June, which is an outdoor venue this year, and keeping it out to the amphitheater. So it's going to have a huge crowd out there, from what I understand. So it's going to be really nice. It has sold out, which is amazing. It's the first time it has sold out so quickly. So I'm really amazed. So, we're getting ready to end our conversation. But what would you say to any budding drag artists out there?
Stop immediately. You will get the corns, you will get the bunions, you're not going to make a whole lot of money. unless your heart is in the right place. And I'm not saying you won't get the corns and bunions and the money if your heart's in the right place, because that's also going to happen, but I'm saying, it won't be worth it if you don't love it. If you don't love looking out into the crowd and making people happy, and the wonder, bemusement, amazement, sometimes a little bit of disgust or curiosity, sometimes a little bit of, just having that connection in that moment. If you really love that, if you just love art and performing and love doing it your way, then it is for you, and it could be for anyone. So, and to everyone who supports it, I just have to say thank you. Thank you so much. That is so cool to me. I'll be at all y'all shows if you do drag too. So thank you for coming to mine. And yeah, that's what I would say is, keep at it if you love it. And I know I love it, so I'll keep at it.
All right, thanks, Revel. Our time is up. Thanks for joining me tonight here on Live from the Theater Basement.
With the pandemic almost behind us, Theatrikos reopens with Native Gardens, a boisterous backyard battle between neighbors. Performed at the Arboretum, with lots of room for social distancing, and the best air circulation Mother Nature has to offer. Sponsored by the Bluffs and Warner's Nursery, Native Gardens. Tickets now available at theatrikos.com.
Tonight's 10-minute arts interview, Jamie Hisopis with Revel Lucien. Jamie, thank you very much. Good job as always. Revel, so glad we could help you with those community service hours. Live from the Theater Basement, producers Jamie Hisopis and Linda Sateri. Engineer, Matt Brewer. Technicians today, the amazing Noah Bessler, and on regular rotation, Ava Haynes and Jaden Roberts. Associate producers, Virginia Brown, Ashley Larson, who's doing a great job booking us all kinds of guests, Joe Maniglia, and Michael Roulon. Crew, Casey Garcia, Madison Hartson, Angela Keith, Malene LaBerge, Justin Moscow, and Sel Wasson. Dramaturgy, Theatrikos Artistic Committee, Play Curation, Northern Arizona Playwriting Showcase, Executive Producer, Chris Farrell. Live from the Theater Basement, streaming live on Sunday evenings at 7:30 p.m. and available wherever you get your podcast, is a production of Theatrikos Theatre Company in partnership with Northern Arizona Playwriting Showcase and Deuteron Films. Theatrikos Theatre Company, Flagstaff, Arizona, is the theater company of Northern Arizona and the Grand Canyon, embracing the spirit of Broadway with such wonderful shows as the anti-Shakespearean comedy I Hate Hamlet, coming your way in Flagstaff in October. And before that, we have the boisterous backyard battle Native Gardens, opening on July 24th. We're going to do that out at the Arboretum because the show is Native Gardens, plus lots of room for social distancing, best air circulation Mother Nature has to offer. Tickets for both available now. Live from the Theater Basement, the weekly podcast streaming show of Theatrikos Theatre Company alternates between 10-minute short plays and interviews with Arizona arts leaders. If you, as a listener viewer, have input, we'd love to hear from you. Email us at theater@theatrikos.com. Live from the Theater Basement, streaming live on Sunday evenings at 7:30 p.m. and wherever you get your podcast, is funded in part by the Flagstaff Arts Council, #CreativeFlagstaff, and the Arizona Community Foundation. Additional funding from Arizona Commission on the Arts, Flagstaff 365, BBB Revenue of the City of Flagstaff, CAF Country Radio, and patrons of the arts like you. Thanks for joining us tonight here on Live from the Theater Basement. This is Theatrikos. Coming up next week on Live from the Theater Basement, it's the award-winning 10-minute play Audition Anna Bumby. You have the privilege of being present for Anna Bumby's very first audition. Let's hope it goes smoothly. Spoiler alert, I've seen it. It doesn't. Timmy Tombaugh, Hollywood's first great talkie director, is notorious for being hard to please. Written and directed by Eric DeVigi, featuring Becky Zaritsky and Ryan Smalley. That's next Sunday, May 23rd at 7:30 p.m. and wherever you get your podcasts.